The UK Parliament has passed a contentious bill that will allow the government to send asylum seekers to Rwanda for their claims to be considered by the East African nation. Prime Minister Rishi Sunak's efforts had been stuck between opposition in the Houses of Parliament and challenges in the British courts as lawmakers and activists have sought to scupper the legislation on human rights grounds. Sunak celebrated his success, saying, "We introduced the Rwanda bill to deter vulnerable migrants from making perilous crossings and break the business model of the criminal gangs who exploit them. The passing of the legislation will allow us to do that and make it very clear that if you come here illegally, you will not be able to stay." However, the bill's passage has been condemned by activists and the United Nations as well.
British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak's Rwanda bill is set to become law after months of standoff in Parliament. And he promised on Monday to send asylum seekers to Rwanda within 10 to 12 weeks.
No ifs, no buts. These flights are going to Rwanda.
The policy would mean any asylum seekers who arrive illegally in Britain will be sent to Rwanda in a bid to deter dangerous cross-channel crossings in small boats and destroy the business model of people who smuggle them. The first planned deportation flight in June 2022 was blocked by the European Court of Human Rights, before the UK Supreme Court last year declared the scheme unlawful. The bill that passed on Monday designates Rwanda as a safe destination in a bid to overturn the ruling. Sunak said on Monday the government had booked commercial charter planes and trained staff to take migrants to Rwanda. He hopes the policy will boost his Conservative Party's flagging fortunes before an election later this year. Tens of thousands of migrants have arrived in Britain in recent years by crossing the English Channel in small boats, many of whom are fleeing war and poverty from across the globe. Stopping the boats has become one of the government's top priorities. But critics say the plan to ship migrants to Rwanda rather than handle asylum seekers at home is inhumane. Many are concerned about Rwanda's own human rights record and the risk that asylum seekers may be sent back to countries where they face grave danger. Despite the bill's passage, Sunak may still face legal challenges to the new law. Charities and rights groups say they would try to stop individual deportations, and the trade union which represents Border Force staff is promising to argue the new legislation is unlawful within days of the first asylum seekers being informed they will be sent to Rwanda.
We are ready. Plans are in place. And these flights will go come what may. No foreign court will stop us from getting flights off. The first flight will leave in 10 to 12 weeks. Now, of course, that is later than we wanted, but we have always been clear that processing will take time. I can confirm that we've put an airfield on standby, booked commercial charter planes for specific slots, and we have 500 highly trained individuals ready to escort illegal migrants all the way to Rwanda, with 300 more trained in the coming weeks. Enough is enough. No more prevarication, no more delay. Parliament would sit there tonight and vote no matter how late it goes. No ifs, no buts. These flights are going to Rwanda.